Nobody in construction wants to admit this. The companies crushing it right now aren't working harder than you. They're working smarter, and they've been hiding how. It comes down to one big secret: virtual assistants. Even the biggest companies in the world are doing this. Fortune 500 companies, companies that you would never guess. And here's the part that should really wake you up. Your competition is likely already using virtual assistants too. While you're still trying to figure it out, they're pulling ahead. All right, everyone, let me introduce myself if you don't already know me. I'm Joel Lipsky. I'm a third-generation construction business owner, and I run a commercial general contracting company right here in New York. I've been in construction for 20 years in this industry, not just behind a desk theorizing. I am on the job sites. I'm in the trenches with you. I'm building companies and leading teams every day. Everything I share with you, I learned the hard way through experience, not out of a textbook. This channel is about one thing: helping you run your construction company like a real business, not just swing hammers and hope for the best. So if you're ready to lead with clarity instead of chaos, you're exactly where you need to be. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get into it. Here's the secret nobody in this industry wants to say out loud. The largest construction companies in the world, the ones you look up to, the ones that you study, have been using virtual assistants for years. This isn't new. This is something the smartest operators figured out a long time ago, and they just don't talk about it. I know this is true because I personally worked for these companies, and I continue to work with those companies today. And I'm sorry for saying this, but if those companies are doing it and you're not, that's a big missed opportunity. Let's break down what this actually looks like, because I think a lot of you are picturing something vague. We're talking about estimating, someone who can take off a set of drawings and build you a real number while you're out running the job. We're talking about project coordination, someone tracking submittals, chasing down subcontractors, keeping the paper trail so nothing falls through the cracks. We're talking about bookkeeping, someone reconciling your accounts, staying on top of accounts receivable, accounts payable, so you're not finding out you're bleeding cash 3 months after the fact. This isn't someone just answering your phones. This is real operational work done remotely, done right. Now, here's what a lot of you are thinking. That's just for the big guys, Joel. I'm not a Fortune 500 company. Wrong. I personally see small, successful trade contractors doing the exact same thing. You think they got a full office of US-based full-time employees? No way. They can't afford that. What they've got is one or two key people running the show in the office, and underneath them, a team of virtual assistants pumping out the work. Let's talk real numbers for a second, because this is a business, not a feel-good story. A full-time estimator in this country, salary, benefits, payroll, workers' comp, you're looking at $100,000 a year, if you can even find a good one. A bookkeeper, another $75,000, a project coordinator, similar. Add that all up, and that's over $250,000 a year in overhead before you built a single project. Now compare that to building out a virtual assistant team that handles the same functions at a fraction of the cost. That's not cutting corners. That's the difference between money going out the door and money staying in your pocket. Remember, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. And I already know what some of you are thinking right now, because I hear it every single day. Joel, I don't know this person. How am I supposed to trust someone I've never met with my numbers, with my estimates, and with my company? Fair question. But here's my answer. You don't hand over the keys to the kingdom in one day. You build in structure. You build in checks and balances. You build in guide rails. And just like you would with any new hire walking onto your job site for the first time. The difference is, once that structure is in place, once those guardrails are in place, you have a specialized professional dedicated to construction doing the work at a level most owners can't afford to hire locally. Trust isn't blind. Trust is built through systems. So here's the choice in front of you right now. You can either adapt like Netflix did, or you can get left behind like Blockbuster. Blockbuster had every advantage, every location, and they still got wiped out because they refused to adapt to the new way of doing business. Netflix saw where things were going and moved and pivoted. One of them is a case study in what business schools for what happens when you get comfortable. The other one doesn't even exist anymore. So here's the reality. I help construction companies do this every single day. I watch a 2-person office, an owner, and a 1 operations person run circles around companies 3 times their size because they've got a full virtual assistant team behind them handling all the paperwork, the estimates, the scheduling, the follow-ups. Meanwhile, the guy down the street is still trying to hire a full-time estimator for $100,000 a year, can't even find one, and wonders why he cannot grow his business. Think about the biggest companies in the world, outside of construction even. Fortune 500 companies have been outsourcing functions for decades. Customer service, back office support, data entry, accounting. It's standard practice at the highest levels of business. Construction is just late to figure out the same playbook the rest of the world uses. The companies at the top didn't get there by keeping everyone in-house out of pride. They got there by being smart about where they spend their money and their time. The biggest companies in the world figured this out years ago. Trade contractors are doing this right now today, while you're still trying to figure it out. The only question left is whether you want to be Netflix or Blockbuster. The choice is up to you. If you're serious about adopting instead of getting left behind, contact my team at virtualconstructionassistance.com. Let us help you get up to speed. We've done this for companies just like yours, and we can build you a virtual assistant team that fits your business. Estimating, project coordination, bookkeeping, marketing, whatever you need. Stop watching your competition pull ahead. Reach out today and let's get you where you need to be. We are just getting started.